Hello, Amy on Fire here. How are you doing today? We're going to talk some more today about coping with life after separation or divorce. Now, yesterday we talked about allowing yourself some time to grieve, but now what about your children? Obviously, they're probably going to have a lot of questions and they're going to go through some stuff in regards to having their own forms of grief. And we have to kind of figure out what we can do to help them along. And for us, I think the one thing that has kept my kids from not going through a big grieving period, and actually our children have been super positive through this whole thing. There was never any disruption or acting out or anything from them. It was very surprising and very impressive and made us feel kind of good that we did something right around here. So one of the things that we decided, first of all, was that we would be very, very flexible with visitation. For one, their dad has a difficult schedule because he's in the military. But even so, we don't really have a set, you're required to be with your other parent these days and those days. It's much more free-flowing and flexible. So while they do spend most Saturday nights with their dad when he's home, if somebody has plans or something comes up, it's not a big deal if they don't go with him. They'll have dinner another night during the week, or they can stay over randomly in the middle of the week if it works out with everyone's schedules. On the same token, if they are at their dad's and someone just doesn't feel well and wants to come home to mom, especially our youngest one, that's okay too. I have picked her up before, and he has brought her back to me when she was just feeling homesick and needed her mom. And you know, that does go both ways though, because there have been times where she missed him and she didn't want to come home from his house and she stayed there for 2 or 3 extra nights. You know, always a blow to mom when that happens, but in the end, I want what's best for them, and if they feel like they need to spend time with dad, then they're going to get it. Now, obviously, this can be used in a manipulating way by some children, but we have yet to experience that, and I would keep tabs on it. You know, obviously, if someone just gets in trouble and decides they don't want to be with the other parent, you know, that's something you kind of are going to have to think about and figure out what you're going to do in those situations. I think generally the consensus would be to tell them they have to stay with that parent because they have to learn to deal with consequences of their actions, and you can't just leave one parent's house because you don't like a rule or you got in trouble. You know, this was more about just feelings and other reasons. The other thing that we have done is we both kind of just sucked it up and decided that, at least for now, we're going to do our best to do holidays together. So not necessarily Thanksgiving. We did split up Thanksgiving. They went to their dad's house Wednesday night and came back to me late Thursday morning. But for Christmas especially, neither of us wanted to give up Christmas morning. I mean, it's fun. We didn't want to make it stressful on the kids, and neither of us wanted to miss out on anything. So what we did is they did go to church with their dad Christmas Eve, and then they came back to my house. And in the morning, he came over early so that we could all do presents and Santa and stockings and everything all together. Was it awkward? Yeah, there were moments where it was awkward, you know, but it was a sacrifice that we were willing to make sure that things were good for our kids. And so I think that's something really important for parents to work towards, is being able to get in these situations with their kids and handle them in a way that's in the kids' best interest, and push, you know, some of the disagreements or other things aside, just, you know, for a couple hours, so that everyone can have what they need and get the support that they need. I think when the kids feel supported and loved and safe, they handle the changes in their family life a lot better. So I would love to hear from you. Tell me some of the things that you have done to ease the transition for your kids. Go ahead, and I would love it if you would like this video, subscribe to my page, and I will talk to you again soon. Ignite your life.